such a scale when they agreed to let him use the forested area. Taking over a quarter of an acre, Calhoun constructed a massive habitat, complete with food, water, ample shelter, and protection from predators, with the only limiting condition being their restriction to the quarter-acre living space. He affectionately provided his enclosure a name: Rat City. Unfortunately, no publicly available images of Rat City exist. Calhoun was very familiar with Norway rats, having performed research on them for his doctorate, and he estimated that Rat City could sustain approximately 5,000 individuals, though if they reached this number, the population density would be tight. He began by placing 5 pregnant females in the enclosure, providing ample genetic diversity, and soon the population was increasing exponentially. But then something surprising happened. Rather than the population increasing to fill the space of the enclosure, it quickly leveled off at 150 members. He also noted some behavioral peculiarities. Despite the large size of Rat City, the residents seemed to gather around just a few places, forming social groups of 12 and limiting themselves to specific feeding locations. He would conclude the experiment after 2 years and 4 months, during which the population never grew over 200. Careful observation revealed the cause: high infant mortality. For some reason, as the experiment progressed and the population increased, the mothers were not caring for their young properly, leading to most of them dying before reaching maturity. Calhoun had his theories as to why this was, but to prove them, he would need more data. In 1954, about 5 years after his initial experiment concluded, he was hired by the National Institute of Mental Health, often shortened to NIM. Within the laboratory of psychology, Calhoun was given ample resources to continue his work. With a team, he began feverishly designing and constructing habitats, sometimes referred to as universes, where he performed numerous smaller-scale and more controlled versions of his original rat study on a domesticated strain of albino Norway rat. These rats would want for nothing. All physical needs for a healthy rat lifestyle would be provided for them, including food, water, climate control, and nesting material. Calhoun spent 8 years perfecting his enclosures and methods until finally, in February of 1962, an article of his writing was published in the magazine Scientific American. The article was entitled "Population Density and Social Pathology." His opening paragraph ominously reads so, quote, "In the celebrated thesis of Thomas Malthus, vice and misery impose the ultimate natural limit on the growth of populations. Students of the subject have given most of their attention to misery, that is, to predation, disease, and food supply as forces that operate to adjust the size of a population to its environment. But what of vice? Setting aside the moral burden of this word, what are the effects of the social behavior of a species on population growth, and of population density on social behavior?" Unquote. To answer this question, he cited 6 of his experiments in particular, all with similar composition and concerningly similar results. The design of these habitats was simple. The layout was a rectangle measuring 10 feet by 14 feet, divided into 4 equal sections by electric fences. 3 of these fences sported bridges over which the rats could climb, while one fence lacked such a bridge, essentially creating one long space that wrapped in on itself. Each section was equipped similarly, with a food hopper, water, and nesting areas accessible by spiral staircases. But Calhoun, leveraging his experience with the rats, made special changes to encourage specific behaviors. He enticed the rats to use one of the center pens by making the spiral staircase to that pen's living spaces shorter than the others, though he admits this was a comparatively small factor. But the more insidious change was to their food supply. In half of the experiments, Calhoun supplied powdered food, but in the other half he placed feeders of his own design, consisting of hard pellets behind a wire mesh. Half of his experiments began with 32 mice, the other half with 56, of evenly male and female composition, and all having just reached maturity. Calhoun estimated that approximately 40 rats could comfortably be housed in these enclosures, but he would allow these populations to increase to 80 before he would cull them. Almost immediately after introduction, things began to go awry. The females, unsurprisingly, spread themselves out somewhat evenly through the pens, but after the males jockeyed for dominance and those of highest rank were determined, they began to distribute themselves strangely. Less dominant male rats will typically awaken earlier and begin to wander and forage for food, and due to the design of the pen, this meant that they usually would end up in the center sections to eat. During this time, the dominant males of the outer pens would wake up and begin guarding their respective territories. Since there was only one entrance ramp to either end, the dominant males of either pen would bar the return of the less dominant males, forcing the male population to clump in the center pens, while the dominant end males protected what came to be their harems. Only a few other deferential males were allowed to remain. These few remaining males began exhibiting odd behavior. Though they would spend most of their time in the burrows with the females, hiding away from the dominant male, they would never attempt to mate with any of them. Instead, perplexingly, they would try to mate with the dominant male, and even more perplexing, the dominant male would not fight these attempts. At the same time as this was happening, the effect of Calhoun's special feeders was taking hold. Since procuring food was such a lengthy process at the hard food feeders, it was common for one rat to join another while in the process of feeding. By this method, the rats slowly became conditioned to eating in the company of other rats until, eventually, the rats would refuse to eat unless another rat was present. Since more rats tended to be in the center pens, this behavior meant that, over time, more and more rats made their way there, further condensing them. This heightened the proximity of an already cramped population. In the experiments with the powdered food, this effect was far less pronounced. With these factors combined, Calhoun noted what he called a behavioral sink, or an increase in pathological activity in the rats due to the stress involved in such high population density. For the females, the behavioral sink manifested in reduced capacity for nest building and young rearing. Infant rats are extremely dependent upon their mothers for nearly all things. However, under the effects of the behavioral sink, the mothers would often be interrupted in their nest-building practices to engage in some other social activity. As time wore on, this led to sparser nests which could not house the young properly. If a mother decided to move her litter, she often would only move some of them or scatter them about the pen in separate locations. What's more, when female rats are ready to mate, the males can sense it, and the enclosed space meant that a female could not escape the continuous advances of the males during these periods. Even when they would enter their nests for a reprieve, they would be followed in and harrowed. These factors together resulted in an extremely high infant mortality rate, in one case reaching 96%. For the males, this manifested in different ways. The dominant males would occasionally lash out in violence against the other members of the pen, including infants, often biting and wounding their tails. Among the lower class males were three groups. The first he described as the homosexuals, which he immediately corrects as pansexuals, who would not compete for status but would often attempt to mate with any other rat, regardless of gender or age. Much like in the end pens, these advances went unchallenged. The second group he described as somnambulists, who moved slowly through the pen without interacting with other individuals in any fashion, and the other rats, in turn, ignored them, except in rare circumstances. These rats, externally, he described as fat, sleek, and healthy-looking. But to him, the strangest group was the third, which he named the probers. These rats were hyperactive, hypersexual, and pansexual. Despite violence from the dominant males, they would viciously pursue females in heat, eschewing any sort of courtship ritual and following them into their burrows to mate. Later on in the experiments, they would often find the corpses of the improperly cared for young, which they would cannibalize. In time, one of Calhoun's assistants would publicly describe these pens as hell. At this point, Calhoun ended the experiments, but he predicted that these pathological changes would have eventually led to the deaths of the colonies. At their conclusion, he would take the 4 healthiest males and females and allow them to breed, but their behavior had been so inexorably altered that none of their pups survived beyond weaning. This short article enraptured its US audience, and the effects on both the scientific world and popular culture were immediate. People began to relate Calhoun's rat experiments to modern city life, and in an era where fear of social deviance was reaching an extreme high, it was largely seen as a reflection of the current time and where society could be heading, egged on by Calhoun's provocative language and allegorical design of his test environment, made to look like a city. Population density quickly became a common topic. Psychologist Carl Rogers, in his work Some Social Issues Which Concern Me, stated that, quote, "The resemblance to human behavior is frightening. In humans, we see poor family relationships, the lack of caring, the complete alienation, the magnetic attraction of overcrowding, the lack of involvement which is so great that it permits people to watch a long, drawn-out murder without so much as calling the police. Perhaps all city dwellers are inhabitants of a behavioral sink." Unquote. Soon after, studies of dense urban environments were conducted to see if these effects translated directly to humans, but what they found was inconclusive and unsatisfying. Despite the suggestions of Calhoun's rats, humans in cities reacted differently or sometimes opposite the manner that researchers expected, depending on the location. No matter how they tried, no evidence of a widespread behavioral sink could be found in urban areas. But this did not dissuade Calhoun. Even as others explored the problem of overcrowding, Calhoun frantically continued his research. Now a celebrated success and emboldened by the public acceptance of his ideas, he resumed his work at NIM on an even larger scale, though again away from the public eye. He spent his time on new subjects as he continued to perfect his enclosures and experiments until finally, after 11 years, Calhoun revealed his magnum opus through an article he entitled Death Squared, which was published in the journal Proceedings of the Royal Society of Medicine in January of 1973. The lengthy opening to this article was undeniably apocalyptic. Calhoun wrote, "I shall largely speak of mice, but my thoughts are on man, on healing, on life and its evolution. Threatening life and evolution are the two deaths, death of the spirit and death of the body. Evolution, in terms of ancient wisdom, is the acquisition of access to the tree of life." Unquote. He goes on to heavily reference revelations and of the riders of the apocalypse, using them to proclaim that the Hippocratic Oath applies not only to the body, but to the spirit. After this dramatic introduction, he described his test. For the most part, these new experiments were similar to his 1963 trials, including unlimited access to food and water, protection from the elements and predators, and safeguards against disease. Many parts, however, were drastically altered. As Calhoun mentions in his introduction, the Norway rats used in his first publicized experiments were replaced with albino house mice, which were taken from a breeding group from the National Institutes of Health made specifically to prevent communicable disease. To fit his new subjects, Calhoun had designed an entirely new enclosure. This version was much more vertical, with 16 wall-mounted housing areas for the rats at the tops of long metal tubes, which Calhoun called walk-up apartments. At the bottom of each apartment was a virtually unlimited supply of food, water, and nesting material. With the space provided, Calhoun estimated that it could potentially hold 3,840 mice. He named this enclosure Universe 25. Calhoun's methods also had changed. Rather than instituting population controls, he would interfere far less. His plan was to place 8 mice in the enclosure, 4 male and 4 female, and simply watch and wait. Calhoun observed 4 distinct phases in the ensuing experiment. Phase A was predictable, constituting the time period before the first new mice were born, which ended up being 104 days. For the mice, these days were, quote, marked by considerable social turmoil. After the social order was established and the first brood was born, the population began Phase B, which Calhoun named the exploitation phase. During this time, the mice doubled in number every 55 days as new young grew to maturity and had their own young. This doubling continued until day 315, after which the doubling rate slowed to a rate of 145 days, nearly 3 times as long. By this point, the different broods had clumped into one side of the pen, exhibiting the same sort of clumping as the Norway rats, but this time without any coaxing from Calhoun's designs. This change in the rate of procreation marked Phase C, which Calhoun labeled as the stagnation phase. This is when the most notable events occurred, and they eerily mirrored Calhoun's rat experiments. In a natural setting, those mice which find no social niche will leave the colony, but in this experiment, emigration was impossible, and so those forced to remain withdrew from society. These dejected males formed a large pool in the center of the enclosure. They quickly became characterized by both their inactivity and their many scars and wounds. Occasionally, they would grow agitated and attack one another, and with nowhere to retreat, the recipient of these attacks would simply lay still and endure the assault. The outcast females, rather than joining them, would retreat to the highest apartments and live quietly among one another. It was during this time that the behavioral sink manifested, with mice gathering around specific food hoppers in large numbers, while others remained almost entirely untouched, showing how, again, the need for social interaction had become so intertwined with the need for food that the former had overtaken the latter. The males who had won the initial fights also were placed under extreme stress. As more and more mice reached maturity from within and without, the leaders of the social groups continually had to patrol and defend their territory. Eventually, they reached the point of exhaustion and could not defend the females within their group. These females were therefore forced to defend the nest themselves, even when nursing their young, leading to generalized aggressive behavior. This aggression would inevitably be misdirected onto their young, who would be wounded by their mothers and forced to leave the nest before they were finished weaning. Much like the rats, the mother mice would also forget some of their young when moving from one nesting site to another. Due to the added stress of defending their territory, sometimes the mothers would reabsorb unborn mice in the womb, further reducing the fertility rates. Calhoun writes, "For all practical purposes, there had been a death of societal organization by the end of Phase C. Finally, there was Phase D, which Calhoun entitled the Death Phase. This phase was characterized largely by an entire generation of young who had been rejected by their mothers early and forced to leave the nest, and they were therefore unable to exhibit normal social behavior. This manifested in numerous ways. The females of this generation had far fewer children, and those that did have children lacked the maternal instincts necessary to raise them beyond weaning." Calhoun goes on to describe the males of this generation. Quote, "Male counterparts to these non-reproducing females were soon dubbed the beautiful ones. They never engaged in sexual approaches toward females, and they never engaged in fighting, and so they had no wound or scar tissue. Thus, their pelage remained in excellent condition. Their behavioral repertoire became largely confined to eating, drinking, sleeping, and grooming, none of which carried any social implications beyond that represented by contiguity of bodies." Unquote. As the last mice with reproductive instincts aged beyond their fertility, Calhoun declared that the last male would die around day 1780 of the experiment, effectively rendering the colony dead, as it would be unable to produce any more young. His present tense language implied that, when the article was published, the colony was still technically alive, though its final fate was practically sealed. Calhoun closed his article with a call to action. "For an animal so complex as man, there is no logical reason why a comparable sequence of events should not also lead to species extinction. If opportunities for role fulfillment fall far short of the demand by those capable of filling roles and having expectancies to do so, only violence and disruption of social organization can follow. Individuals born under these circumstances will be so out of touch with reality as to be incapable even of alienation. Their most complex behaviors will become fragmented. Acquisition, creation, and utilization of ideas appropriate for life in a post-industrial, cultural, conceptual, technological society will have been blocked. Just as biological generativity in the mouse involves this species' most complex behaviors, so does ideational generativity for man. Loss of these respective complex behaviors means death of the species." But even as Calhoun was performing his research on mice, others had been at work applying his theories to humans. By this point, researchers had moved to more specific locations of overcrowding rather than the generalized location of cities, testing the effects on students in dormitories and patients at hospitals, but the most fruitful example they discovered was in prisons. Paul Paulus from the University of Texas wrote that prisons were the perfect place for this sort of study, describing the social interaction between inmates as intense, prolonged, inescapable, and realistic. The prison in the study also offered the closest analog to Calhoun's rat experiments, since the prisoners could not escape the company of others, even in their communal cells. There, they found connections between over-socialization and suicide, violence, psychopathy, and stress. After such studies, environmental psychologists began to discover the problem. They identified two different kinds of density: physical density and social density. Physical density was the amount of space per person, while social density was the number of individuals occupying a space. They found that social density was the much more important factor, as individuals in high social density were unable to control their interactions with others. Based on this research, human environments could be designed to at least partially mitigate these issues, allowing those living within them the privacy they needed to maintain healthy social interaction. Outside of scientific discourse, Calhoun's rhetoric has maintained its strength through the years, with different groups of all political persuasions bending his results to support their views on social degradation, however they may define it. Among more scholarly sources, Calhoun has been both lauded and criticized for his work. Those who support him cite his forward thinking about overpopulation, while those who deride him cite his misrepresentation of the actual social problems within cities, guiding discourse away from the true causes of societal discord. But no matter what those in the modern day think of his research, his influence on the way America views its cities is undeniable.
Could you explain to me could you explain to me how this happened? Is
Sorry, say again?
can you explain to me why this happened?
That's a difficult question. The scientists themselves can't really explain fully. But I have a minor theory. Overcrowding. Too many people in one spot, and then lack of a nature-nurture relationship causes all sorts of bad stuff like that.
Calling down a sentry. Orbital inbound. Dropping a pin. Southwest, 50 meters. Calling down a sentry.
Wrong way, wrong way.
Bot outpost spotted.
Bot outpost destroyed. Requesting orbital.
It happens. Let's hop back in the world. I mean, Jeep.
Tagging map. West, 100 meters. Reloading.
Objective complete.
Dropping a pin. Northwest, 300 meters. Dropships! Requesting sentry.
objective nearby.
Mom! Mom! You don't have to turn that down! Yo! Yo!
Objective complete.
Out.
Tagging map. North, 100 meters. Orbital inbound.
You have ignited the torches of liberty. Extraction awaits.
Dang, it just karate chopped me with the saw blade.
Request approved. Reinforcements have been launched.
Democracy has landed. Requesting pack. Requesting sentry.
Damn, not sure how they got me there. Okay. Oh, dumb turret.
Requesting air support. Reinforcing.
ETA T-minus 30 seconds.
Reporting to the front.
ETA T-minus 20 seconds. ETA T-minus 10 seconds. Pelican 1 arriving at coordinates.
Sending in an eagle.
Pelican 1 landing in progress.
Calling down a sentry. Requesting orbital.
Calling down a sentry.
Last reload.
Requesting sentry.
Reloading. Going to push.
Yeah, it never gets old.
New mag.
The taste of freedom.
Alright, I'm good if y'all are good. Let's
Pelican 1 preparing to depart. Shuttle launch in 20 seconds. Reinforcement budget depleted. Extraction
Sparkler
complete. Pelican 1
finish.
beginning ascent.
Nice.
The citizens of this city will thank you.
So yeah, you remember Mouse City from Green Mile?
No.
You remember the Green Mile, right? Stephen King.
No.
Oh my god. How do you not know the Green Mile? With the actor who played Debo in Friday.
Tired, boss.
That's okay. It happens.
I'm tired, boss.
Do you see this person?
Real quick, I saw when I was talking about when they talk about Mouse City though, they're talking about that thing with the Mouse Utopia colony experiments.
Oh, I thought it was Universe 25.
Yeah, that meme guy.
I don't know if those automatons were ever technically alive, but they're definitely dead now.
HellDivers has left the channel. If our enemies had not so brazenly attacked our cities, Project Free Space may never have seen the light of day. What is a temporary housing deficit compared to space?
Mission coordinates locked. Hellpods primed. Engaging orbital thrusters. Orbit synchronized.
Hey, thank y'all for coming in and kicking ass with me. That was really helpful. Thank you, thank you. Hope I was not too bad and didn't draw y'all down. Or slowed y'all down.
No, you're good.
No, I was talking to the HellDivers, but same deal, I guess, too. Yeah. Thank y'all for having me.
Has left squadron. Hellpod launch suspended. Hellpods primed.
City has joined the channel.
Hola.
Monitoro has joined the channel.
Howdy.
Hello.
Are either of you playing HellDivers?
Hellpod launch initiated.
Oh, nice.
Hey, how you doing, Ghost?
I'm doing
Okay.
good.
Yeah,
You good?
not bad.
Yeah, I'm good.
Wish I was
Are you
really super
still
really
under
well.
care?
Huh?
Are you still under care?
Under what?
Care.
Kerr?
Care.
Yeah.
K-A-R-E.
Oh,
Care.
no. I'm out, actually. I'm out, actually.
Support weapon
We
inbound.
must take it back.
You left?
Down to V.
Or they made or they said it's enough?
Requesting tac pack.
No, I got discharged.
Sending
What?
out an SOS.
I got discharged.
Discharged.
Yeah.
So they say you are
Running
fine
right now.
and they made you go?
Yeah, they said it was okay for me to go.
AKA
Ah,
money ran
okay.
out.
Well, good for you. I'm glad.
Thank you, and I got my job back.
Nice.
The same job?
Yeah.
Oh, that's bad. I mean, I heard it was bad last time, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm feeling like we're moving to Africa, bro.
This time for Africa. Kamia, Mia.
Mr. Africa, South
Alcibiades,
Africa.
out, has left the channel.
Yeah, they're
There's no visas for going to Kenya or into Burkina Faso either, which is another part of Africa. No visas. You just go there. They'll give you a plot of land, a house. But I just have to save up for the plane ride at least, and say fuck Canada and just leave. Pretty cool.
Calling down a support weapon. Objective critical stratagem available. Warning, you are in range of enemy artillery. Allied destroyer joining squadron. Deploying HellDiver to combat zone.
Bruh.
What?
Warning, you are in range of enemy artillery.
What? Damian grr. Okay? Grr. Okay? Grr. Okay? Grr. Damian grr. Okay? Grr. You know that song?
Speaking Spanish?
Objective critical stratagem available.
No,
Warning, you are in range of enemy
I
artillery.
don't speak Spanish. I mean, que means like what? And that's it. And then they speak English, mostly in this song. I mean, most other words.
Warning, you are in range of enemy artillery.
Damian grr. Okay? Grr. Okay? Grr.
Warning, you are in range of enemy artillery.
Hell bomb off. Clear the area.
The chosen ones. Wanks. Is it like... Hey, do you know anyone that had aversion and overcome aversion? No? Like, someone get aversion because something bad happened and then couldn't do this,
Monitoro has left the channel.
you know? Because if he would do this, he would reinforce aversion to make it even stronger. But he overcome it and doesn't have aversion anymore. You know? Someone like that?
Requesting advanced weaponry.
What's up, Ghost?
Hey.
Objective critical stratagem available.
I'm out.
Damian grrr.
Objective critical
Okay.
stratagem no longer available.
100 meters.
You heard what I was saying?
Yes.
A little bit.
Yeah, I was asking if anyone knows someone who overcome aversion.
Who does what?
Overcome aversion.
Overcome aversion?
Yeah, aversion.
I tell myself I have to do it or I die, and then I do it.
Ah, that's not overcome. So, let's say, yeah, there's activity, and it makes you happy or makes you unhappy on some level. Like, riding a bike makes you happy, +2, and working make you unhappy, -2, yeah? But you break your leg on a bike, and you get -5 instead of +2 when you're riding, yeah? You get super anxious. Or with work, they bullied you, I don't know, your boss's dick, push you to do illegal stuff, I don't know, bully you, he fire you, whatever, blackmail you and shit, and you get -7. So, you know work is shit, but you should feel -2, not -7 when you go. So, you could, you know, maybe you can force yourself to go, and I feel -7 every day, right? So, you know, for some people it's -10 or whatever. They cannot, or they will do, but they will die earlier because they have heart attack from this job or something. So, how make it back to the level -2. You get what I'm saying?
Not really.
I already have an idea. What if sleep just resets everybody to pretty much 0? For the most part, with some exceptions.
Warning, you are in range of enemy artillery.
Yeah, I guess for many people they can get rest with sleep, but a lot of people don't. They accumulate stress. They can't rest enough. They try resting, doesn't work, or they don't get enough rest because they work too much, or they're stressed after work. No, like Ghost, I was saying, you know, like aversion, like to go to work, and on scale -10 to +10, you feel -2, yeah, because like most of the jobs is not cool, yeah. So you get -2, yeah. You hear me?
Uh-huh.
I'm hearing.
Yeah, why?
Alcibiades, out, has joined. Alcibiades, out, has left the channel.
Kitty, don't disrupt me with those common information, okay? So I say, yeah, you get, that's your regular level -2, yeah, but what? Yeah. You can have boss and colleagues and clients all rude and what? There are safety regulations. You may work in a warehouse or somewhere. There are safety regulations, but it requires a little bit of time, a little bit more time. And I said, oh, don't use this safety regulations because that's slower. And so you can get injured or die, but they force you or they fire you, yeah? So, and you get stress. And from -2,
Oh, that's something where you
get
can sue them. You can sue them for that. There's law.
Yeah, you can sue them, but you didn't sue them and you get traumatized and you get aversion. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And you go to therapy and it doesn't work. And you get -7, yeah? You see, oh, his boss, he's gonna, you know, torment me, risk my life. And you
Omnibus
have
has
panic
joined the
attack,
channel.
yeah? And you have -7 regardless of regardless if risk is real or not, you just have this, you know, this fear, yeah? It could be irrational, yeah? Because you had bad experience in the past, yeah? And you get -7, you know? And it just haunted you, yeah? And how you go from -7 to -2 again? You had aversion, you get traumatized. Activity that make you feel -2, make you feel now -7, yeah? So, yeah, what do you do to get original level back? But you know, you could even sue them, but you can still be traumatized, you know? You can win in court, but doesn't mean it will heal you. I mean, it could, if you feel justice healing you, but not necessarily, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I tell job, but you know, it can be anything, yeah? Someone may get aversion for, you know, work, but it can be anything, yeah? So I'm saying, you know, how you can, like, overcome aversion, you know, like, Do you know any person that would overcome? Not like, oh, okay, it's -7, I can go. I will be depressed, and you know, when I will be 80, I will in hospital bed. I will say, I never had fun. All my life was miserable.
Hi.
I'm glad I'm dying.
Hide
You know
over
what
here
to?
to the left,
So
ep2.
that's the thing.
Stay to the left. It's a walker behind
What
us.
you said?
He playing a game.
Ah, okay. Okay, so you don't know like how overcome aversion?
No.
Ah,
I
okay,
do.
that's bad.
I already said what I do. I have other things I do as well. There's 3 different major ways, though. I can't remember them right now, but yes.
So you have aversion and you overcome. And how you overcome aversion? How you felt before aversion, during aversion, and after aversion? Chris? Dá-me grrr. Okay.
Sorry, I'm trying to make sure I'm on task on this. You usually take it in steps. I break down what is the exact specific or multiple specific triggers, and then you slowly train yourself on how to react to them, and then slowly as you retrain yourself on how to react to them, you then don't have such a bad time, and can in fact get +4 from work.
Okay, so you get aversion, yeah? So you confront yourself with this activity that make you feel bad, that you have aversion, yeah? So what do you do then? You go to this activity and then you feel anxious or fear, and what do you do to reduce this fear and anxiety?
I just scream for Super Earth, for freedom, and then leap into it, whatever it is.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it just screams for Super Earth, or for freedom, or for democracy, like I'm about to die, and then I just jump into whatever I'm doing.
Outpost cleared. Warning, you are leaving the mission area.
Dropping a pin. Southeast, far. Dropping a pin. Southeast, far.
You may proceed to extraction when ready.
But I would suggest maybe you just hype yourself up. Sorry guys. Yeah, just hype yourself up.
Hype yourself up?
Hype yourself up.
Okay, let me Google that. Oh. Nah, I mean, I've been doing this and it doesn't work. I feel extremely well and then something happened and I feel worse than before.
But you're still alive. Plus, it's also their job to try and make you lose your smile. You know that, right?
Their what?
It's their job to try and make you lose their smile. They're trying to claim happiness for themselves.
Can you rephrase it to? I'm not English native speaker. I can understand.
People want to keep others from being able to smile, so they try to claim happiness for only themselves through how they act.
Requesting advanced weaponry.
Say I should make happy because of who I am and what I do.
Yeah, like at the very least, maybe at least I'm not them.
Yeah. Anyway, I live, but it doesn't prove anything.
That proves enough to yourself that you're not them. You're still you. And if it were your choice, you'd do it better and differently and more carefully and not suably.
Warning, you are in range of enemy artillery. HellDiver, you are moving outside the mission area. Warning, you are in range of enemy artillery.
I mean, grr.
Warning, you are ETA, T-minus 30 seconds.
Tagging map, northwest, 300 meters. Orbital inbound.
ETA, T-minus 20 seconds.
Yeah, I don't know.
ETA, T-minus 10 seconds. Clear landing zone. Orbital inbound. This is Pelican 1. I have visual on the extraction zone. Enemy tactical asset within threat range. Pelican 1 landing sequence initiated.
I'm wondering if I become homeless or something.
Objective critical strategy.
I mean, grr.
Calling in a hell bomb.
Grr. Okay.
Reinforcements.
Reporting to the front.
Ya veo que... ¿Un qué? Un qué? ¿Un qué? Remember, guys. Keep protect. Yo, am I audible? Okay, I'm out.
City has left the channel.
I'm back.
I back him from. Joe, you said back, so I said hi back. I'm front.
Huh? That's funny.
Bad pun. Did you know that some of the oldest words are just kind of weird bad puns a lot of times?
No.
Yeah, it's strange.
That's right.
Requesting advanced weaponry.
Countdown initiated. Stand by for takeoff. Reinforcement budget depleted. Deploying sentry. Extraction complete.
Yeah,
Beginning
Chris, what time is it for you?
Time to go to bed. I mean, 6:28. It's actually
This way. Okay, so my classes are Eastern time. So the same time zone as you.
Sorry about that, guys. Good game. And now for the easy mission.
This is so cute.
Good work collecting so many samples. Some strange reports out of the automaton sectors.
Mission coordinates locked. Hellpods primed. Engaging orbital thrusters. Orbit synchronized. Allied destroyer has left squadron. HellDivers to Hellpods. Repeat, HellDivers to Hellpods. Allied destroyer has left squadron. Hellpod launch initiated.
Show no mercy. Let the blood of tyrants fill these streets.
Monitoro has joined the channel.
Hello.
Yo,
Hey.
Ghost. I channeled this symbol. Could you tell
what?
me? I channeled this symbol somehow.
Okay.
Oh, watch. Does that not look like something from the Hoodoo?
Yeah.
And it's funny because I put it is.
It looks like something from Voodoo.
I wonder what I just unleashed in the world with this thing.
Probably the Fulu.
Cthulhu?
The Fulu. That Fulu.
Request approved. Reinforcements have been launched.
Bafulu.
Democracy has landed.
Is that a funny word?
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you fucking with me?
No, hold on, I'm watching something funny. Hold on, let me show you. Can I show you this funny video?
Sure.
I'm getting so tired of these people calling me.
Request approved. Reinforcements have been launched.
Point me to the enemy.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
That was me.
Wait. What if I ask Gemini? That's a good idea.
Dropship.
Why is it in a
Mission at 10 minutes remaining. Allied destroyer joining squadron. Deploying HellDiver. Request approved. Deploying reinforcements.
Requesting air support! You have served democracy well. Extraction awaits.
Extraction request confirmed. Shuttle inbound.
Requesting sentry!
Requesting sentry.
Calling down a sentry!
They keep calling me.
Who, Arden?
No. These people, these scammers, they just calling me. I got like 4 back-to-back calls from them.
I would go on the scammer registry and unregister your phone number to them.
How you do that?
Extraction complete. Pelican 1 beginning ascent.
You just look it up on Google. Oh, this has some interesting. Okay.
Oh yeah, by the way, I got class in an hour. I got class in an hour. I have class in an hour.
Okay, it actually is explaining what the symbol is. It says here, the symbol based on the image provided, the symbol appears to be a veva, a religious symbol used in Haitian hoodoo. Specifically, a strong symbol that Vuvu for Papa Legba, the Arwa spirit who is guardians of the crossroads and the gatekeepers of the spiritual world. His Vuvu is often depicted with stylized gate and a staff or a cross. The symbol is in the image has elements that align with the representation. It is to note Vuvu can have variations depending on the practitioner, the tradition, but overall structure in the image is most consistent with the Papa Legba. It says, Vivu are drawn to ground with vitalia and materials such as cornmeal, flour, or ashes. During a ritual to invoke the Lawa they represent, each Vivu is unique to specific Lawa and serves as a spiritual signature. It
Allied destroyer has left squadron.
Floor looks clean for now.
definitely feel some interesting energy to that symbol.
This operation will fuel Liberty's future.
Mission coordinates locked. thrusters. Orbit synchronized.
Hopefully that armor and everything works out.
We want green.
City has joined the channel.
Hola.
Hola.
Hola, hola. Monotaro.
Yes. What's up?
I don't know. I don't know. No.
Hello.
Hello. What's up?
Hello.
What's up?
Hello.
I remember. Okay, so I remember when
Do you remember?
I
24.
I remember when people when like this girl, when this popular girl didn't want to sit by me because it was like she was like being dramatic because she did not want to sit by me.
There was popular girl that she was Germanic and what?
She was dramatic because she didn't want to sit by me. Now, like when I think of stuff like that, I think, why am I still here?
I don't understand. Something about Barbie? What the hell?
Huh?
Sorry, I just don't understand what you're saying.
I said, hold on, I'll type it to you. I'll type it in side chat.
You're gonna type. Thank you very much.
HellPod launch initiated.
Bruh.
Rough.
Bruh.
We shall fight in the streets. We shall fight on the sidewalks. We shall fight in the intersections.
Calling down a support weapon. Dropping a pin.
Okay, I typed it.
Oh my god. What?
Marking location.
Oh, you said dramatic, not Germanic.
Calling down a vehicle.
Yeah, dramatic.
What? They won't sit by you? Like next to you? Why? Oh my god.
Because like if they sat by me, people would start talking about them.
Oh, she was like they will judge her because she sit next to you.
Yeah.
That's messed up. Nah, yeah, that's messed up. Yeah, that's bad. That's bad. Hey Ghost, have I checked your chart in Astrobot or only on my app?
You
Okay,
check
let me
my
see.
chart.
Yeah, but do you know if I checked this on Astrobot?
I think you did.
Okay, I see. I checked on my app. I mean, on my software on PC. Yeah, whatever. I'll just hop on PC. Okay.
City has left the channel.
Requesting advanced weaponry. Last reload. Dropping a pin. South. 50 meters.
HellDiver, you are moving outside the mission area.
City has joined the channel.
I'm back.
Welcome back. I had to go in an hour.
In an hour?
Yeah.
Alright, that's fine. Bruh. Okay, what was it? Bruh.
Our citizens depend on you for their safety.
I get addicted to this word. Bruh.
Bruh.
Calling in reinforcements.
Request approved. Reinforcements have been launched.
Joining the fray.
No, what happened to? What? What was that laughter? I get scared.
That was me. I was thinking of something funny. Like I was thinking about when I drew a pentagram on the board at work, and my boss got scared.
Calling down a
What?
support weapon.
You got scared?
I drew a pentagram on the board at work, and my boss got scared.
I've definitely done that when I was in the psych ward. I scared the Jesus out of this guy because he was fucking with me and other people. And when I started drawing symbols on my fucking, I had my computer in front of me, and I drew the symbol down, and then I put it over top of my computer screen in the person's side, and he's like, "Please don't do that." He got scared. It's just funny.
They
You can
said,
make people think that you're doing fucking magic on them.
Okay, so there it is.
I love sigils and stuff like that. I like drawing them. They're fun. Because you
I
can
like
get
draw
creative with them.
pictograms. I draw like when I'm wiping the tables down at work. I'll draw a pentagram. I'll use the towel to draw a pentagram.
Pentagrams themselves aren't bad. They're just such a. I feel like they just banish shit. And they can invoke other stuff if you use the upside down one. Right?
Mhm.
I want to draw the Star of David for fun. Let me go do that. Where's my drawing app? Where's the star? Pencil. Okay. New canvas. Yes.
Dropship. Requesting sentry.
We're gonna do a 900 star drawing. Just do standard. Okay, girl. Yeah, I made it. Let's redo it one more. We want to do marker.
Backpack inbound. For prosperity. Requesting air support. Reloading. Requesting air. Northwest. Tracking location west.
Where will you go? Where will you go?
Mission at 30 minutes remaining. Warning, you are in range of enemy artillery.
Reinforcing. Throwing supply beacon.
Request approved. Deploying reinforcements. Warning, you are in range of enemy artillery.
Calling down a support weapon. Requesting sentry.
Warning, you are in range of enemy artillery. Warning, you are in range of enemy artillery. Warning, you are in range of enemy artillery.
Hey, do you like... What are these?
Outpost cleared.
What else it is? Oh, you like GS9 rappers?
Uh-huh.
You know them?
You are in range of
I
enemy
know.
artillery.
Yeah, they're cool. What was the song? D93D Ada Ada? GS9.
Warning, you are in
It's just, I
range
don't
of
know what
enemy
the song
artillery.
is. It, It's not World War 9, it's was something else. Oh, Till I Die.
Warning, you are in range of enemy artillery. Warning, you are in range of enemy artillery.
New mag.
Warning, you are in range of enemy artillery.
So how do I tell bot to play song?
LW LW exclamation point P, and then what you wanted to play.
MW what?
Calling in reinforcements.
Golden Child has left the channel. Music has joined the channel.
No.
Golden Child has joined the channel.
You have to close the door.
Oh, MP.
Sending down sentry.
M.P. OP, Pete, Rowdy, Rebel, and Corey Phoenix.
Music has joined the channel.
Till I die. Yes!
My class starts in an hour.
Oh, nice. I'm just drawing.
Hello?
Oh, that's my song. Good luck.
Yeah! That's my song! 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 That's my song!
Request approved. Reinforcements have been launched.
Monitoro has left the channel. Ongbes has left the channel.
Sending down support weapon.
I'm gonna be the first person here.
Deploying equipment.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited for my first class.
What?
Requesting orbital.
First what?
Reinforcing.
Class. Studentry. Teachering. Learning.
Tagging map. South, 50 meters.
I'm so excited for my first class. I'm so excited for my first class, bro.
Sending down sentry.
What?
It's
What
good.
have you? What have you?
Huh?
Just kidding. Just kidding. I thought you get unwell.
Huh?
You were sounding weird. I'm like, are you well? And then you said, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm just excited
For what?
for my first class.
For your first class?
Yeah,
You go to school or what?
yeah, I go to school online.
School of what?
Huh? For what? I go to school for psychology.
Oh.
Yes, I go to school for psychology. I need.
I don't know. I don't know. I hate this shit. I just met some therapists and I don't like that. I don't like that anymore.
What you say?
Well, yeah, have a good education, yeah. Okay, I'm hopping another server.
Golden Child Sibi has left the channel.
Last reload.
Oh, I wonder what that was all about.
This liberty forsaken arm.
Golden Child has joined the channel.
Requesting sentry. Calling in extraction.
Extraction request confirmed. Shuttle inbound.
Calling down a support weapon. Tagging map.
ETA T-minus 1 minute, 30 seconds.
Genuine eagle. Dropping a pin. South. 50 meters.
Chris!
Calling down a sentry.
Chris! Chris, are you here?
I'm out.
Trying to survive. What's up?
Say what?
1 minute.
HellDivers.
HellDivers. Oh yeah, that's right.
Never die.
ETA T-minus 30 seconds.
Tagging map. Southwest. 50 meters.
ETA T-minus 20 seconds. ETA T-minus 10 seconds. Clear landing zone. Pelican 1 approaching pickup. Pelican 1 landing sequence initiated. Watch where you're standing.
Requesting advanced weaponry. Calling down a sentry. Marking
initiated. Stand by for takeoff. Reinforcement budget depleted. Extraction complete. Pelican 1 beginning ascent.
You leave a more free city than you found.
HellDivers has joined the channel.
Who? Hey, Egg.
Super Earth will never forget the HellDivers we lost today, nor the incremental gains they're sacrificing. Cape looks extra sharp today, HellDiver.
Alright. Bedtime.
No!
What?
No! No!
I gotta meditate and go to bed. Go to bed like right now because I get up at 4 a.m.
No.
Yep. They said when you become an adult, you get to choose when you get to go to bed. My parents said 9 a.m. I always wanted to stay up later, but then when I became an adult, turns out that it is 8 p.m. instead of 9 p.m. Do you know why?
Why?
Extra sleep time for extra prep time for getting to work on time more.
How much time you gotta be at work?
I don't have to go to work technically tomorrow. It's actually a friend's, but I'm dog sitting and then being compensated for that. But, you know, it's not gonna be so bad. I'll be able to like game and stuff. I'm there to make sure the dog don't freak out and poop and pee everywhere and tear the house up. She's toothless, but she's an old terror. She tore her teeth off on a pit bull rated cage. Just tore them off and was half hanging out the front.
Damn.
Yeah, she's nuts. She just is stupid attached to this guy. Like, horribly. And then I'm okay to be around for her. She doesn't freak out when I'm around. She seems to like me a lot, like most animals. So yay, Chris.
I remember my cousin's terrier. She died 2 years. She died 3 years ago.
Ouch. I'm gonna go grab some food, and then I'll be right back. And I'm gonna watch
Can I
something.
show you my friend's Terrier.
If you can DM it, if that's okay. I want to hurry up and grab food and be right back. Or if you can wait until I get right back. So I'm just grabbing some beans and sauerkraut and stuff.
HellDivers has left the channel. Golden Child has left the channel.